Talking of people who aren't made like that anymore, I'm going to introduce someone who, perhaps in my business, people say, do you have a lot of friends in the business? Well, I have like 2 or 3, and I don't really hang out with people in the music business. But I think probably my dearest friends in the business, as it were, Trudy Steiner and Sting. And I'm going to ask Sting to come up and sing a number, but I just have to say that these 2 people are the closest people to my heart in the business. So it's a great, thank you for coming, and now you're going to sing. Come on. After that intro, you can't refuse.
So this is a song by Elton called Come Down in Time from the Tumbleweed Connection album, which was one of my favorites. And I've been singing this for years and sang it with Elton on the 2 Rooms record, tribute record to him and Bernie. And I like this song a lot, so I hope you do. In the quiet silent seconds I turned off the light switch and I came down to meet you in the half-light the moon left a cluster of nightjars sang songs out of tune while a mantle of bright light shone down from the room. Come down in time, I still hear her say it, so clear in my ear, like it was today. Come down in time was the message she gave to me. Come down in time and I'll meet you halfway. Well, I don't know if I should have heard hers yet, but a true love like hers is a hard love to get now. I want most all the way, and I ain't heard her call, and I get into thinking if she's coming at all. Come down in time, I still hear her say, so clear in my ears, I could watch today. Come down in time was the message she gave to me. Come down in time and I'll feed you halfway. There are women and some hold you tight while some leave you counting the stars in the night.
More questions. Coming to the last bit here. Nick Faldo. Don't ask me if I had a hole in one, please.
Your coolness, calmness, and being collected is legendary. And apart from little old ladies saying "cooey," does anything else annoy you?
The press. What else annoys me? People who are untidy. I'm anal retentive here. Always put things back in their place. I'm the sort of person that can't go to sleep if the TV remote isn't on the TV. It's one of those things. It's like so stupid. But and I hate bigotry. I hate racism. Anything like that really pisses me off. So I would say that's the biggest thing. I hate that kind of bigotry and racism. That's the worst, I think. There's no excuse for that. David Coulthard.
I'd like to know, when you're not performing, how do you relax? And one other thing as well, when you said earlier you're a shy person, well, does that mean that you like to spend your free time alone, or do you like to have someone with you all the time, or how do you spend that time?
I'm quite private. When I don't really go out to... I'm 50 now, and when I was younger in my career, I used to go out to the openings of envelopes, to the clubs. I used to go to every bar, every club, every restaurant. And now, the only time if I ever go out now with David, my partner, is if it's for supporting a charity. Say if Sting's doing something, or some of my other friends are doing something for a charity, I'll go then. But I'd rather stay home and have people down to dinner. And we play this game called Gestures, which is kind of like charades, but more fun. So, I'm kind of like to walk around the garden, tidy up the CDs, wash the dogs, that sort of thing. Janet Street Porter, where are you?
I'm up here.
Hello, dear.
Hello. Now, the question I've got is, everyone's always writing about your hair. God knows they've written enough about it over the last few years. But I've got a different kind of question. Do you ever use hair removal cream? And if so, where?
Do I use... Yes, I have used removal cream. On my testicles, actually. Because, it's very hard to shave down there.
Actually, I know you two.
And I like that smooth feeling that you get when you use the cream.
Yeah,
if you leave it on too long, you get burnt.
Well, you told me to use that cream, didn't you?
Yeah, on your testicles.
Yeah, well, thanks,
Well, that's one bit of the show that won't be transmitted. That's the bollocks section, I would say. Stephen Fry.
You're 50.
Yes.
You're probably the most successful individual British artist, with the obvious exception of Mrs. Mills, that this country has ever produced. And you're about to start on a world tour. You could relax amongst your spectacles.
Yes.
I wondered what it was that drives you.
Usually a Bentley. I just like to perform. I mean, unlike you. Cruel queen tonight.
I walked into that one, didn't I?
Yes. No, I just, I love to go out and play the live. I mean, you make records and you write songs and you go in the studio and it turns out one way or the other. And I've been lucky enough to work with great producers. But there's nothing like going back on stage and playing it live, because you don't really know what's going to happen from night to night. And that's the kind of drug that, is the biggest drug there is. That kind of feedback from an audience. If you're playing and people love you and they're giving you that applause, it's such a great feeling. It can't really be replaced by anything else. It's that vibe back from an audience. And I think every performer would say that. So there you go. So George.